NetBackup 10 powered by cloud scale technology, absolute game changer. But as I was thinking about this, I wanted to create some context for the need for autonomous data management. And I think I can do that with a pretty simple illustration we're all familiar with. So who remembers the days when you walked into the doctor's office and you'd see large cubby holes behind the reception counter with endless manila folders, each containing a patient's medical records and history? Once you're seated in one of those exam rooms, the doc would come in with your file, flip through the history, and observe the most recent notes. It's pretty standard stuff. One of the first opportunities for digital transformation was the conversion of these manila folders into digital assets. But did this digital transformation really transform the experience of going to the doctor's office, where previously the doctor came in with that manila folder? Today they come in with an iPad, but you're still coming in to see the doctor because you have some kind of medical concern. And you're still waiting in the exam room, and still waiting for diagnosis for whatever ails you, as well as a solution to remedy it. I think the real opportunity is realized when human experience is transformed for the better. Consider now that all the records and all medical histories are digitized and aggregated. Shouldn't we be able to apply AI and ML to analyze the data, discover patterns in symptom by age, ethnicity, or any other host of inputs, and even potentially find out what you might be more susceptible to, medically speaking, and diagnose it before you even realize something could be wrong? Imagine getting a call from your doctor asking you to come in because they noticed something when comparing your history to the aggregate, highlighting that you might be at risk for something. Imagine that an AI has come up with a plan tuned to your body and your health characteristics to reduce your risk by 80% based on real data simulations. Instead of you coming in because something feels off, they now proactively reach out to you to come in for the consultation. Clearly, your experience in this scenario would be different. This future is imminent, but what are the implications? How do we prepare for it, and what needs to be put in place in order to store, protect, and manage the data while also making it available for ready analysis, AI consumption, and big data aggregation? I can without a doubt tell you this. There isn't currently a data management solution available today that can scale and operate at the level it would need to support this future, and certainly not one optimized to do so cost effectively. And therein lies the potential for the opportunity for autonomous data management. A vision to go far beyond human capacity without sacrificing human oversight, and while empowering the opportunities to significantly improve the human experience. The realization that this would be the future is in part what motivated us to begin building towards autonomous data management, a journey that began more than 2 years ago. Customers would need a better way to protect and manage their data at scale, one that could handle the size and velocity of their data, but in a super secure and cost-effective manner. They would need the ability to augment their efforts with a smart application of AI in order to improve automation, free up their time, and support more advanced opportunities to use the data under management. And thus was born the need to develop cloud-scale technology, an architecture without which autonomous data management would be impossible to realize. And it's finally here today with the release of NetBackup 10, representing the latest giant leap along this journey. So what is cloud-scale technology exactly? Simply put, cloud-scale technology is what we're calling the modern containerized NetBackup architecture that dynamically provisions data management services across any cloud in the most performant, agile, and cost-effective way possible today. From a data management perspective, this means that customers get an extremely powerful tool that gives them a simple and consistent experience across any cloud and at any scale. To help break down just how Veritas is bringing this to life, I'd like to introduce the one who quite literally leads the effort. Please welcome Veritas Vice President of Product Management, Doug Matthews, to the stage. Doug, thank you so much for being here with us today.
It's great to be here, Anthony.
Now, I know this has been a tremendous amount of work for you and your team, and there's still much more to do, but what kicked all of this off? What was the light bulb moment that really made you realize we needed cloud-scale technology in order to accomplish our autonomous vision for the future? And in the spirit of this event, looking towards that future, how are we going to help our customers conquer every cloud today and tomorrow?
Well, those are great questions, Anthony. Let me try to explain the top 3 hybrid multi-cloud challenges I consistently hear from our customers today. First, cloud agility just disappears at scale. Thinking of our own transformation experience, we know how fast and easy it is to get up to the cloud. Achieving multi-cloud status is truly simple, and the initial agility gained is amazing. But due to the ease of access and deployment of cloud services and the speed of adoption, things like application sprawl and the operational complexities of manually managing multi-cloud environments, it all can quickly get out of hand and lead to cloud at scale being much less agile and much more costly than originally intended. This is easily one of the most common pain points articulated by customers today regarding protecting and managing their hybrid multi-cloud data. We knew our focus, and more importantly, what we delivered from a data management standpoint, had to preserve the agility gained from adopting cloud, especially at scale, in production, and become more than what our competitors were delivering, which in many cases is barely a proof of concept. Better agility at scale continues to be one of the primary outcomes of our engineering efforts and has been so over the past few years. Some customers report a reduction in operational overhead requirements by more than 87%.
That means strategic resources and personnel can easily be redeployed to drive the business further and faster, perhaps even creating what Gartner calls fusion teams, or multidisciplinary teams created to serve a business outcome, moving away from traditional silos. Now, to move to such an operating model, teams need to be free from day-to-day administrative tasks.
Yep, absolutely right. We recently announced a fully managed storage-as-a-service data repository for NetBackup called Recovery Vault. Recovery Vault provides mission-critical ransomware resiliency as a purpose-built, air-gapped storage tier for backups, while reducing the cost and complexity of using cloud storage from a selection of leading providers, including Microsoft Azure, for long-term retention and reliable recovery of backup data. NetBackup users can now quickly and securely target a Veritas Revision Cloud storage target for their backups with minimal setup in a matter of minutes. Along with a simplified storage upgrade, we also integrated automatic protection for SaaS applications like Microsoft 365, Google Drive, and Slack via NetBackup SaaS protection is now integrated into NetBackup 10. This was a huge initiative to ensure our customers spend less time managing storage and backup configurations while preserving easy recovery. The second on the key customer list is ransomware is no respecter of clouds, meaning customers are just as much at risk of dealing with a ransomware attack in the cloud as they are with any other infrastructure.
No doubt. And in the last few years, we saw ransomware go from something we had to help our parents avoid in their email to a business-destroying digital pandemic.
Resiliency has never been a higher priority for businesses than it is today. And the expectation is all data must be protected and recoverable to be truly resilient, even in the face of a ransomware attack. In the journey to conquer every cloud, there is no greater threat than that of compromised data, downtime due to lockouts, and the ultimate loss of control that ransomware reaps on an organization.
And of course, you carried all of that in mind when building NetBackup 10, right, Doug?
That's right. You've, of course, heard of protect, detect, and recover. So starting with protection, we have developed a better way to air-gap storage as a service with Recovery Vault. When we discussed agility, I mentioned how Recovery Vault brings about a faster, native way to store backups securely and immutably in the cloud. But first and foremost, Recovery Vault is a way to bring about tighter levels of resiliency to backups, not just added agility. We understand that no matter where data exists across the edge, core, and cloud, immutability and indelibility are key.
Indeed. And there are many examples where ransomware actors have targeted backups first by exploiting certain vulnerabilities in our competitors' solutions.
From our appliances all the way up to our cloud solutions, we architect much more carefully than that in order to ensure that no matter where our customers put their data, if it's managed by NetBackup, it's protected and recoverable to anywhere, from anywhere, no matter the threat. In terms of detection, NetBackup's already powerful near real-time AI-driven anomaly detection now automatically initiates malware scanning to ensure infection-free recovery of data. This combination of ransomware detection services in NetBackup 10 provides content awareness and granular recoverability for rapid restoration of always clean data. Finally, NetBackup 10 expands support for cloud-native immutable storage services beyond AWS Object Log to also include Microsoft Azure Blob Storage. The point here is customers have more options to ensure resiliency against threats like ransomware to totally customize the approach that makes the most sense for their business, all from a single platform in NetBackup 10. This is an area of significant strength for us at Veritas. Even before NetBackup 10, customers like Steelcase, an international company specializing in architecture, furniture, and technology products and services, were able to reduce recovery times by more than 93% by standardizing on the latest NetBackup platform. NetBackup 10 just makes that even better. Third, cloud costs at scale are unsustainable. Nearly every enterprise customer I meet with today highlights the growing costs of cloud as a major issue and an inhibitor to accelerated cloud adoption. Just as I mentioned that agility suffers at scale, it is at scale that cloud costs become unsustainable for the business. In order to address this, and thereby introduce a more long-term sustainable cost management at scale model for customers, improving predictability and efficiency are key. Predictability is improved with better data analytics. A base version of NetBackup IT Analytics, formerly Veritas Aptar, is now provided at no additional cost for NetBackup customers. Efficiency is improved in many ways, not the least of which is ensuring the right cloud resources are deployed at the right time and scale to meet the business need. Elastic autoscaling does this exactly within NetBackup. Anthony, you did a great job giving an overview of cloud scale technology before I joined you on stage. Cloud scale technology is the modern architecture powering NetBackup 10 and the only way to achieve our autonomous data management vision for the future. Beyond the agility and resiliency benefits of this modern architecture, it's likely the immediate cost advantages of cloud scale technology that customers will be most excited about by today. Cloud scale technology is what allows NetBackup to perform like an efficient, small footprint, cloud native application. NetBackup sits in a secure, highly optimized container. Elastic data services control the spinning up and down of cloud resources to support data protection and data management use cases, automatically including snapshot orchestration, data lifecycle management, and when needed, any scale recovery. Furthermore, in conjunction with the launch of cloud scale technology in NetBackup 10, we're introducing a new subscription-based pricing model. In addition to the technology advancements, this too will significantly improve the predictability of cloud costs, improve visibility into cloud resource usage, and overall contribute to the most effective and efficient hybrid multi-cloud data management solution available.
All of that sounds great, Doug, and thank you for the summary. But let me ask you this. If there were one key takeaway for our audience, given your message, our announcements, and the future, what would it be?
Simply put, to customers, we've got your back. Now more than ever. To non-customers, it's time to give us a call. Now, Anthony, I believe our audience would find great value in actually seeing this technology in action. What do you think?
You are absolutely right. Thank you for joining me today, Doug. Now, I'll let you get back to building our future.
You're welcome.
Wow, that was great stuff from Doug. But like he said, I think it's time we show you what we built rather than just talk about it. Agree? Doug started with the discussion around the pain points of cloud agility, cloud resiliency, and cloud cost. Now, to help showcase NetBackup 10 powered by cloud scale technology, I'd like to first invite Rachel Zhu to join me for a quick discussion.
Thanks, Anthony. Today, I would like to show you how easy it is to create a backup copy from a Cloud Snapshot with Veritas NetBackup. Cloud Snapshots are a great option for fast recovery, including rollback restore or restore to a new VM. You can also store your long-term retention backups to a different location or a different cloud at the same time with the deduplicated storage. First, let's create a protection plan to define how to back up our virtual machine. Let's name the protection plan. Select the cloud as the workload and Microsoft Azure as the cloud provider. Next, we will add a backup schedule. Select how often you want to backup. Choose if you want to have the snapshots and the backups create at the same time, or create a snapshot only, or just keep the backup. How long we want to keep our snapshot and the backup for? For this demo, I only need the snapshot around for a short time, and I will keep the backup for a longer period. We will select full backup. Here, you can choose if you want to store a secondary backup to another location. Backups can be stored on any certified storage target. Next, we will create our start window. Here, we select where we want our backup copies to go. Since I selected long-term storage, we will have 2 backups going to different locations. You can choose on-premises or any cloud storage. Our backup will be going to an on-premises MSTP server, and our long-term recovery copy we go to Veritas Recovery Vault Storage. Veritas Recovery Vault is a storage as a service offering that allows you to use cloud storage without having to deal with cloud vendors individually. Recovery Vault makes creating storage for backups simple and right from the NetBackup web UI. To learn more, check out Recovery Vault at veritas.com. Here we have some additional backup options for files, folders, and disks. Next, we add permissions to the protection plan. Everything looks great. Let's create our plan. Now that we have our new protection plan, let's back up a cloud virtual machine. Add the plan to the virtual machine. Let's start our backup. From the activity monitor, you can see the backup process and the snapshot being created. Once those are completed, the backups from the snapshot will proceed. Now that the backup is done, let's head over to Azure and look at our virtual machine inventory. At the bottom, here's my test machine. Now let's restore our virtual machine. Here we can see the three images: the snapshot, the backup, and the long-term retention copy. I'm going to restore from the Recovery Vault storage. This is where the virtual machine will be restored to. You can restore over the existing VM or create a new VM. Let's try to create a test machine number 2. A couple more options. Everything looks good. Let's start our recovery. All right, our restore is successful. Let's check our Azure VM inventory. And there is our new test machine number 2. Thank you so much for watching this demo on how easy it is to create backups from cloud snapshots with Veritas NetBackup.
Thank you, Rachel. Something that's obviously happening in the background, though we can't actually see it in the demo, is the elastic auto-scaling technology at work. This optimized costs further by spinning up exactly the right resource to accomplish what we just witnessed, and then spinning them back down when they're no longer needed to complete the task. That also means no more having to spend countless hours trying to optimize the right data mover configuration, because all of that logic is applied automatically. In addition, NetBackup snapshot orchestration capabilities are able to understand when a new cloud app comes online and then automatically assigns a protection policy based on intelligence. There are so many customer requested features delivered in NetBackup 10, we won't have time to showcase them all today. But I'd like to highlight just a few more before we take a look at another demo. The admins can now quickly protect and recover their native cloud workloads, as illustrated in Rachel's demo. But NetBackup 10 also brings complete granular recovery for AWS EC2 instances and Azure compute workloads alongside the increased speed and elasticity. And for those on the cutting edge, we've also added even more Kubernetes support. Now, Kubernetes admins can rest easy knowing their application namespaces are protected and recoverable from any distribution to any distribution, including cloud platforms, OpenShift, Rancher, and Tanzu, just to name a few. That means dev teams can go as fast as they want without adding any additional risk to the business. In 2021, we saw the first ransomware attack from within a container via Siloscape. It's time to start taking Kubernetes protection more seriously. And while we're mentioning Kubernetes, we've also made interfacing with other open source solutions just as easy on our Veritas GitHub presence. Today, you can access a bevy of newly created open source Ansible playbooks that allow easy automation around the setup and management of NetBackup, weaving in data protection into your greater Ansible architecture. The future is looking very bright and very automated, but so too is the present. We've made some tremendous strides across the entire portfolio in the last year. Our latest InfoScale release in December changed how our customers interface with the application, as it is now completely containerized and easier to deploy and manage than ever before. Alongside this development, InfoScale now yields better cloud storage cost optimization through faster mobility between cloud providers and brings increased resiliency through advanced monitoring, immutable storage volumes, and infinite retention lock to protect even the most sensitive data. Now, I know InfoScale isn't the only Veritas solution to have gotten the resiliency booster. Doug already gave us a look into what NetBackup customers can expect with the latest release and the future of ransomware resiliency. But rather than talk you through more features, I'm going to invite my good friend and fellow Floridian, Luigi Curavilla, Ransomware Product Manager, to walk us through a demo on how we help keep businesses ransomware resilient.
Thanks, Anthony. I just want to double down on how dangerous it is out there today for organizations. Ransomware will enter a network infrastructure, lay dormant for multiple weeks, sometimes months on end. Doug called out how critical it is for backup infrastructure to be protected because that's the last line of defense that organizations have when it comes time for recovery. Cybercriminals are getting smarter, and well, so are we. Here today, I'd like to show you how our AI-powered anomaly detection and malware scanning technologies allow you to isolate these malicious actors in your infrastructure and allow you to perform a recovery from a known clean backup set. With NetBackup 10.0, customers can easily perform both an automated as well as on-demand scanning for malware in their backup data. So in the NetBackup interface, going into the detection reporting section, under malware detection, you can go and configure a scan pool. What's a scan pool? It's a collection of hosts that have the antivirus scanner installed on them, and you're able to use these to scan the backup data directly off our copy data management engine, which is on our deduplication volume pool. Our instant access capabilities eliminates the need for any additional infrastructure that you may need, so malware scanning happens directly right on our storage backend. After a malware scan is completed, it gives you a list of files that are infected, and we store this in the NetBackup catalog. This allows administrators to be aware when there is particular files that are infected, and they have a couple of options. They can use these infected files to restore into some isolated environment to perform forensic analysis, or you can also make sure that this store that you perform is only containing clean data. Today, we have unstructured data covered between Linux and Windows, and our integration with the malware scanners extends to Microsoft Defender as well as the semantic protection engine. For customers who don't have one of choice that they want to use, we provide a NetBackup malware scanner as well as part of their Veritas entitlement right from our download center. One thing that customers always have to do is figure out if the anomaly score is high or low and interpret the results. What we've done is actually simplified that for them. When a high anomaly score is returned, it automatically triggers a malware scan. That level of automation and setup helps customers to eliminate some of the busy work that they had and just rely on the alerts function within NetBackup to identify, hey, if there's a high anomaly score, is it corresponding with a malware scan, and is the malware scan showing any infected results or not? That shows you just how easily and powerful our automation is capable of being. And all of this thing that we've done is capable of being done using our APIs. So you can completely script your own data protection services. Automated malware scanning takes a human element out and allows our AI and ML technologies to jump in and work for you. When recovery is necessary, you can get clear visual prompts that allow you to decide whether to continue recovering from impacted set of backups or completely eliminate that possibility and recover from a last known clean good copy of the backup set. That's it from me. Thank you, Anthony. Back to you.
Thank you, Luigi. That's incredibly powerful, and it looked very easy to set up. As we work towards the autonomous data management future, clearly we will need to be securely machine-driven and AI-powered. And we're committed to helping our customers accomplish that responsibility. Luigi's demo showed exactly how we're scanning for and detecting anomalies today to ensure recoveries are always from clean data. But with the power of cloud-scale technology, we will be predicting and responding autonomously tomorrow. Alongside our efforts to make everything we do more efficient and cost-effective, yields another beneficial outcome, one that is very close to my own heart: being better stewards of the planet. While us techies like to think that we did our part in reducing energy consumption by eliminating the local data center, we just moved that consumption to someone else's computer. A whole lot of them, actually. Alongside predictive cost reduction, our efforts to ensure that our apps and services continue to utilize less resources and behave more optimally helps to keep our environmental impact low. And that's something I am genuinely proud of. Another big challenge worth mentioning is the growing and increasingly complex regulatory environment our customers need to navigate. Addressing this within the walls of the data center was already difficult, but across the hybrid and multi-cloud, exponentially more so. With an uptick in data breaches, data sprawl, and remote work, there is a lot more risk today when it comes to ensuring all data remains compliant. And based on the trajectory we're on when it comes to utilizing more data, you can bet there'll be more regulations governing its management coming down the pike. So, how do organizations prepare for the regulatory deluge with data existing across every form of infrastructure in cloud, including SaaS apps, IaaS, and PaaS environments, and meet every legal and regulatory requirement? Veritas combined 3 individually powerful solutions into one easy-to-deploy Veritas SaaS compliance bundle. This includes Merge One for vastly greater content capture capabilities, Enterprise Vault.Cloud for highly efficient and cloud-optimized archiving, and NetBackup SaaS Protection for resiliency and recovery of enterprise SaaS apps like Microsoft 365. This new bundle was organized to directly address customers' concerns around increasing fines for noncompliance, which can often extend into the hundreds of millions of dollars. The bundle makes addressing this issue simple and easy for them to remedy. To use a healthcare example, this solution serves as the best way to manage protected health information under HIPAA rules today. As we look ahead, tighter integration and interoperability of these key technologies is on the horizon.